I've got to tighten that up. I always get it wrong. How could I get it wrong? After doing this, I've got something like 500 videos. I've been doing it for, this year will be 11 years, 10 years, and I still get it wrong. So this video is all about the ZK Fairlane and this. You ever seen one of those? I haven't. And I didn't know what it was. I wouldn't have known what it was unless I pulled it out. So if you want to know what it is, you're going to have to keep watching and find out. So on that note, I hope you enjoy. This is being a son of a gun. I've got the door empty, ready to take it off. Started undoing it from here, and all these bolts, even that one in there, are spinning on the back on the speed nut. There's a different type of speed nut to the earlier cars. You can get them out by, if you can get them undone a little bit, you can sort of pop that tool under there, Nick's tool I call it, and lift it as you're turning it. I think I bent this. I'm gonna get it. These are brilliant, these things. I always use them. Anyway, I'm down to this one spinning, which is no biggie, because I can reach underneath there, and I've got the bottom out. I've taken the trim off. You can see all the miles of dirt under there that's come out from it. So I've just got to sort of toil away and try and hang on to the back of that, but I don't think I can get the tool in there. It's that one there. I might be able to, just give it a go. But that's the final one. Look in here. What's funny about this car is the way, hang on, I'm coming through the top, the way it's sort of all eroded, yet the skin's okay. So the skin on this, and I'm a bit ashamed to say this, I've run out of money, so I'm going to take the skin off. And that's going to become the Plenum chamber on the EJ. I know, it's pretty bad, but beggars can't be choosers, right? And it is recycling. It's a green thing to do. Oh, got it. It was a mongrel. I ended up using that tool, Nick's tool, getting in behind there, turning it, and then getting in behind the nut, the bolts, sorry, and I'm going to put proper captives in there, because that's ready to come off now. Should see the mud behind here. Pretty muddy. Just a moment. Right, well, it's not clean, but it's not that bad as far as I can see. I have to have a good stab around with a screwdriver just to make sure it's not going to go through, but A-pillar rust is no, these are no stranger to that. I just need to hold my light a bit better. But, you know, it's just untidy. Down here, lots of sort of, lots of bits of this are lifting seam sealer, all dried out. But, you know, all things considered, pretty good. I've seen a heck of a lot worse than this. My own XD has got a bit of rust in the A-pillar, a little bit in the plenum, and a little bit there at the end of the sill. But it was like this when I pulled the guard off. These have got a plug there, so you can actually get a borescope in there and have a look. And we're going to do that too with Nick's borescope. I think he sent me that too. But yeah, you know what? It's not too bad. It's surface rusty, but very light surface rust. You know, you'd find that on the outside of the panel. I'm just going to whip that door off and we'll have a closer look. What's that here? I was actually petrified the battery is going to get flat because it's flashing. I think I better charge it up. So it seems pretty. Oh, lead. Is that lead? Yeah. Didn't even know about that stuff. Damn. What is that stuff? Is that lead? Let's have a look behind it. I need to take that off. It's just like aluminium tape. We've got some of that here. I didn't want to take the hinges off, but I might have to. I really want to have a look around. It does seem fairly sound though. I can't see any reason for concern. This is going to be a wire brush and clean up job, I think. Hopefully, that'll be good. I'll re-seam seal here too. I've probably still got some of that stuff. I'm actually not displeased with that. It's... Get my scraper. I need to sweep up a bit first too. Looking down here, it's still thick. It still seems solid and thick. I think it's going to be fine. I'll get a camera and have a look down there. I'm not going to do it now. But the worst part underneath it is actually the leaky six and the transmission. But we're going to swap that out. That exhaust is a bit... There you go. But that 302 is perfect for this car. I mean, it's a nice, honest old car. I don't think that guard's ever been off. There was loads of mastic sealer. And it doesn't look like it's had a punch in the face. The rails and everything are dead true, dead straight. And if you look along here, it's all good. That's never been stacked, at least not on this side. We haven't taken that off yet. So, bad tidings, maybe. There's rust bubbling through, but the joints aren't expanded. It's rusted from the outside. I don't think it's rusted from underneath. It's funny, it's like it lived in a coastal area. As far as I know, most of its life was in Shepparton, which is country. We'll have a look at the door in this guard too. The skin looks absolutely mint on that. It's actually straight as an arrow. But the frame is knackered. All bubbling up through the bottom. That corner's all starting to go. And yet the skin is perfect. Even in there, you can see the skin's alright. It's the frame of the door. That bit there, that's the frame. It's almost worth saving the skin. In fact, I think I might. The difference is though, these are actually spot welded, I think, as well as folded. But you've got to anneal it, because if you undo that cold, by the time you go to knock it in, it'll split all along the edge. That's what happened with the XC. But I'm looking at how they've fitted it. It's got a couple of tacks there. And it's got that support there. You could just cut along there and just weld it back. And I dare say that's spotted there too. This door skin might be worth keeping. I mean, it's flawless, there's nothing wrong with it. It's straight as an arrow. That's food for thought. Let's have a look at the guard. Righto. Hasn't got any filler in it. This car's really honest. It had a closed door respray. I need to hit it with compressed air. Or I can just hit it with a hose. Maybe let's hose it. I'm just going to hose it off. Well, it's scaly, but it's not gone through anywhere. I think this is good. That's fine. You know, I mean, it might break through. I'll wire brush the other side. But actually, it is such an honest car. I mean, it had a closed door respray down one side. But aside from that, it's as original, you know. But I'm not unhappy with it. That's fine. And if the other side's as good as this side, oh, happy camper. So far I've got some back doors I've got to take a bit of rust out of. It's very minor. It's not like the front. It's actually really fixable. There's some under the. There's a roughness on the headlining where it joins up here, and that's a pain. I've got to take the back window out. Well, replace both front doors. I'm thinking about replacing the frame and using the original skin. I think that might even. It might be less work than trying to bodywork the other skin. Plenum. Can I get a line there? Yeah. Oh, God. It's not bad here. From what I can see, I still have to use a bore scope. Can we get in there? Can you see down there? I don't know if you can see. Underneath that wiper motor though, I'm expecting some gremlins because this car leaked all over the driver's carpet. Now what I don't know, or what I didn't know about this, is you take that whole panel out for your wiper mechanism comes out by that panel, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to have to clean all this out, have a good look, find out what's going on there. So we might have a look at that now. I've never actually taken one of these out of an XT, or a ZK for that matter. Let's have a look. We're using 10mm, I'm assuming this is metric. But there's a lot of stuff down the bottom of this Plenum, and I'm wondering if there might be some grief down there. Excuse me. You don't mind if I get in your way? It's only if you're eating it's going to be offensive, right? And you shouldn't be eating while you're watching this, because I'm not eating. Come back here. Oh, good morning. Hang on a minute. Man, what an arsehole of a system. Yeah. That's a good idea. It's very modular. But I just hadn't done one before. Yeah, we're going to have problems. Oh, look. We got scaly stuff. We got rust. That's where the problem is. Alright, that's not a bad thing because, well, it kind of is. I'm just not sure how I'm going to go around getting to it. Right, we have some findings. We have fiberglass. A Corvette mechanic's done this, and he's even fiberglassed in a little drain tube for me. That's terrible. I can't complain though, because I mean, in my earlier years I've done that sort of thing. But of course not anymore. I might try and dig it out. The only issue with it is how far he's done it and how far gone the metal is underneath. I'm tipping it's going to be absolutely knackered because we've got quite a leak there. Yeah, that's not good. I'm hoping I can get to it from underneath. I haven't got a tripod that can get in here. Oh, crusty. So I can't see what I'm doing really. I'm hoping I can get some sheet action happening. This is terrible. Makes for good viewing though. It's quite interesting when you see this sort of thing. We'll get some other tools and see what we can do. Damn. Hopefully it's good quality heater hose. It's not cheap stuff. We don't want cheap stuff. think we're hitting the worst of it. Underneath the wiper motor, it looks to be quite scaly there. I'm just hoping I can fix it without too much drama. It's still solid though. I haven't found out where the leak comes from. And if it survives me picking away with this, it's thick enough, you know what I mean? Like, it's not too bad. But I am having trouble getting some of it off. It's lifted at the edges, which is why water's got in. And he's glassed right up to here. I'm just going to have to pick away. I kind of want to get under the edge of it. Like that. But I can't get my... Get under there enough. I'm finding some clean metal though. That's clean. Yeah. Gee, they've got a number on this one, haven't they? I'm going to go this side. I'm just be careful. I don't cut myself. Hang on a second. Maybe perforate it a bit. Ooh, there's a big hole. I can see a big hole. It's at the forward edge. It's huge. Get the rest of this crap out. It's held in by the heater hose. And I don't know how he's done it. You can probably see there, actually, how bad it is. Just a moment. So what he's done, I tried to weaken it a bit. Can you see down there? The Plenum's actually alright, it's just that forward edge down there. But I don't know how I can get to that inside the car, but he's got this stupid drain going down there. Here's the piece. It's a long drain on it. They've cut that whole top off. Like, they've cut sort of that whole piece out there. Now, I don't know how I'm going to fix that, but I reckon really the only proper way to do it is to take the top of the plenum off. And I don't want to do that. Unless I section it. That is cut sort of here. Take that side off. That's a pain in the neck. Because it's going straight in. And it's pretty bad. But it looks like it's rusted underneath that tub too, so the whole thing has to come off really. Even though the rest of it's in good condition from what I can see so far. I need to sleep on this. Just have a think about it. So there's no evidence, unless it's behind the booster, that there's an issue on this side. There's your firewall just there underneath your plenum. I would think that the whole issue was smaller. It's been exacerbated by that. And you can't fix stuff like that. It'll only come back. It probably worked for a good year or two after it was done, but problems are going to come back worse than before if you do stuff like that. But it doesn't matter. It's all part of it. We'll figure it out. Although I don't want to unzip all this because I'd have to. I think we're going to have to try and do it from inside the car with the dash out, and then we'll just seam seal around it. I can get to some of it with a MIG, but not reliably, not super reliably, which I'd want to do. I want it to be good. You can see how bad it is there. That bridge, oops, there has been cut away, as we said before. It's going to be easier. It's not that bad. Like under this side, I think it's okay. So what I think is going to be the best thing to do, if you look down in there, it's dirty, but I think it's still solid. I need to have a good look around the other side to ascertain what we've got to deal with, because there's something up there too. It could be just debris, it could be rust, I'm not sure. I need to stick my hand in there and have a feel around. Assuming that side's alright, I've got to get a guy to come in and take the screen away. The screen's stuffed anyway, it's all chipped where the mirror was. So I get National to come in, they'll take it off, and then I'm going to cut the plenum in half. That's the best way. And I can make it, we can metal finish it, you won't see it. But I reckon cut it maybe there, at the edge of that old sticker, there. That's at the other side of the wiper mount, and that gives me room to go there. The other thing is, of course, taking the whole dash out. But I think we'll take the bonnet off to start with. That is the firewall sound deadening. There. Yes? That's the firewall. No, it's not. That's the firewall behind that. That's still solid. I actually thought about taking the booster out and cutting and getting into it that way. But there's a big brace that goes around that, the pedals and that sort of thing, and I don't want to touch that. So the top is the best way to do it. The thing is that I hate is that these seams all look good. The XA's all swollen up there. This car's not. The seam's actually really good. So we're doing 3 plenums now. We're doing this one, we're doing that one, and we're doing the XA. And I've never done a plenum. It can't be too hard though, I wouldn't think. It's just a matter of systematically taking bits off. This side, for example, once we take the guard off, have a look here, that brace needs to come out. Goes there, up there, around there. Whoop. I need to take that out, and then we can get into the plenum itself. But all of this other covering has to come off. That 6 will have to come out too. And I'm not really ready to pull it out, but it might be a good time to take it out. I'm having a look at another engine tonight. Another 6-cylinder Holden engine. For the EJ, because that's going back to Craig. And I might put the Ford 6s there. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. Time to have another cleanup session in the garage. Right, so Fairlane still, should still run. I think it's going to still run. I want to put it where the EJ is. And then put the EJ here because it's narrower. I can fit past it easier. Much better use of room. XC, I've just got to adjust the carburetor on that. It's over choking, and I never sorted it out. The tailpipes need to be modified too. They're a little bit close to the bumper. Sounds awesome. I'll start in a minute or later. And it's looking like sex on wheels, although I do have to buff this area here. XW, I took for a run. Never sits on the street, but I haven't got a chance. I haven't got a choice. So while I'm moving everything around, this car is always locked up very tight. And I'd lost the cylinder. I think it's all just starting and moving it around. That I got to put a set of plugs in it. Galaxy's got a flat tire at the back, but I pumped it up. That runs beautifully, that thing. I'm looking forward to getting into that. And while I'm at it, once I got the Falcons away, because they're my most precious, I'm going to do that hedge as well. That's annoying me. Needs doing for a while. But because I work in such a disorganised way and I leave things all over the boots and bonnets of cars, normally I have a shed of cardboard there to protect them. I don't really care about that. Fairlane's at the back now, so it's sounded its last sound from this 6-cylinder engine. That's coming out, and that's Daniel's seat, which I drove it, had to turn it around out there to reverse it in, and so the dash is coming out. I've started pulling bits and pieces out of that, the radio and the lights and all that sort of stuff. I've got the EJ here. It's really good because I can fit around it. There's plenty of space all around it. And again, we're not putting the grey motor in this car. I've got that lovely big Ford V8 there at the moment, just parked in there because it's long. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a red motor in it. There's one over here. And I picked this up ultra cheap. It has a Trimatic, which is perfect. Alana wants the car, so this is perfect for her because she doesn't drive a manual. I reckon people that say they like modern cars are lying when there's things like this getting around. Now, let's get this thing unloaded. I've got to bring a whole lot of cars in, and we should be good. Well, the old Fairlane's about to die. Is it going to hold? She'll be right. I want to see what works and what doesn't. I've just got bits sort of out of it everywhere. But I just want to... Is that out of focus? No, it's not out of focus. Where are the keys, for heaven's sakes? Is it this one? Yep, this one. We've got oil pressure. That's the seat. A fuel gauge. Really messed. Yep. How does this work? Damn. Oh, that old fan switch is... Hang on a minute. Yeah, the fan switch is knackered. What I wanted to see though was the direction. The vacuum stuff. Oops. I can just pop that. I needed a fan for it though. It sounds like it's doing something. Maybe have another look at that fan switch. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing much with that. Well, that was a wasted exercise. One thing that is good though is all this stuff's in impeccable condition. If we can focus on it. Really good nick. And it's the surround, also the binnacle thing that goes over the whole thing is lovely as well. And oh, pardon me. You know, no cracks, nothing. It's in beautiful condition. So I can't really do what I wanted to, but there's a lot I've got to take out. So that's Daniel's temporary seat. And so the clutch has to come out, the steering column has to come out. It shouldn't be too hard to disconnect from down there somewhere. Yes, on the coupling. And the coupling's all soaked, so that steering box needs redoing. I want to take the blaster out as well. I need to have a good look around all of it to figure out that. And that's a mess. Just back to the choke off. That's a sweet one. This car was on gas. You can see when I had the driver coming through. It's got a slight miss, but you can see all that black from the choke. But it's not bad. It's a pity to take it out. The oil pressure is showing low. The temperature gauge doesn't seem to be working. Where is the temperature thing of this? It's in there. Still connected. It's a nice little engine. It'd be absolutely fantastic for somebody with a Cortina. Something like that. But, you know, for me, I prefer V8s. But it's certainly not an engine you'd throw out or put in recycling or anything. It's a nice little runner. Check this fan switch out. I've just got a bit of scotchy and cleaned it. It's all sort of messed up. Get yourself one of these, they're fantastic. And on the, where's the other bit? This bit, I'm looking at, there's two keys. There's a square one, sorry, a larger square one there, and a smaller one, which corresponds with that and that. So I know that's the maximum it can go there on that one. So I know I've got that the right way because that's on a key. Just pulling bits and pieces off the Fairlane. I've taken off these screen mouldings and that looks pretty good behind there. Also, that's masticed in, so I can take the screen out there. I was wrong with these too. These little speedy nuts actually break, and that's why I thought they weren't that captive. So I have to get a set of those. I think they're 10mm ones. I don't know what that Motorcraft stick is supposed to be. I think that's off the fan shroud. I've taken the trim off here. That looks in great condition. A lot of this car is actually in incredibly good condition, really. Just got to work out what's factory wiring and what's not. That's a headlight relay that's been put in later, so that'll stay. I'll just make it look tidier. I don't know what that is, but I can follow the wires and figure it out. Where does it go? It goes into that fuse, and from there it goes to that relay, which is an air conditioning relay. So it's got an aircon relay fitted. So someone's done some pretty good work. Battery tray looks impeccable as well. Long bolt. I normally powder coat battery trays, but I don't know. It's like brand new. That's incredible. Well, under here, perfect. Wowee, this isn't too bad. It's just a pity about that Plenum. Some wiring, I don't like how messy it is, but some of it, that's the air conditioning compressor feed, which works well for a 6 on this side, but the Cleveland's on the other. It's over there. So when we rewire it, we'll just make sure to unzip that, because all this sheath will come off, and I'll retape it and everything. And I'll just make sure that everything's in the order I want it. That's your positive feed. Through your fusible links which have been taken out. Can you see over there? Can you see? Yes, you can. That would have had 2 fusible links there that have been removed. So I'd be inclined to put those back. But that's your positive. And I know it to look at it, but I'm just going to do this anyway. It doesn't take much, a Sharpie or a pen. Sharpie's probably better because I've noticed over time, because everything I do takes such a long time, that a Sharpie is going to be a bit better for this sort of thing. That's your positive feed. Negative, of course, is there, and they're just earths to the body and to the loom. Cool. Damn. Is that disengaged? Yes, it is. Should come out. Oh, but I forgot to disconnect something. This guy. There we go. Sweet. Best way to store this is actually on the steering wheel, but I don't want to mark it up. First of all, this screen was fitted with a hot wire, which is really good for me to pull it out, because I could just kick it out. It's a mastic sealer, and they have like a mains powered transformer and a copper wire around the periphery, which heats up, makes the mastic super gooey, and bonds the screen. The trouble with those things is they never seal properly, and you get rust, which we haven't got much of. Only a little bit there, and none of it's gone through. You can see where Ford brazed it. Around the other side, sorry, same dealio. All pretty good, you know, scaly, but not worth cutting and welding anything there. That stuff is really untidy to get off. It's my hands are all black. Just trying to get this off and rolling it up and all that sort of stuff. So I've got to clear that, but that gives me direct access to these spot welds. I'm going to take the whole top off. I've made my mind up. It's stupid not to, just on the off chance there's something under here. But I'm going to take it off, clean it all out, fix up what I need to, and I'm going to epotech the whole thing. And that stuff's just, it's a 2-pack. That's carcinogenic as buggery, but I'm going to brush it on. That looks a bit funny there. What's that? I'm just going to brush it on underneath, and you won't see it, but it'll keep in there absolutely squeaky. Now, on the base, on the base of that column, oh, that's just a hole. I thought I saw a rusty bit somewhere. I'm just going to take that handbrake out. It's bolted there, which I've got those. I don't know anything about that. I have replaced a handbrake on one of these, so I did it in the XD, but I can't remember how I did it. I'd never taken the dash out. I didn't know the whole thing was just a big floppy dash pad, and it was just a plastic frame. I don't know if I said that before. I did say it, but I'm not sure if I recorded it. So, you've got to just get the main looms. We've got a gas line coming in there. What a gas line? What do you call it? A gas loom coming in there. And that goes to a little gas ECU thing. That will be, no, or is that's going down to the taillights. Why is that going to the taillights? That must go to the tank for the gauge or something. XD to XF. So we'll just cut those and join them. And we'll do away with all this aftermarket crap wiring, because I hate it. Oh, I'm going to cut them now while I think about it, actually. Oh, this feels fantastic. Just getting rid of gas crap. There's one on here too. On the brake plate. I'm going to make things too hard for myself. Oopsie. There we go. If anyone wants this, let me know, because I don't. And the rest of that just goes into the engine bay. Well, I've never taken a dash out of one of these. I started taking the vent apart. I thought I could get into it from behind there, but yeah, just a bracket at the bottom, 2 bolts in the centre, one over that side, and that should fall out. And you can't get, it's much easier to do it this way to get to those plugs. That connects the driver's loom up, the dash loom up with the engine bay loom. I'm just going to take that vacuum line off. That would be for the vacuum motor there, under there. Check this out. I should have left the controls there. So I'll have to look and see where they go, because there's a big plug down, somewhere down there. Yeah, there. Big vacuum plug. That's my mistake. Doesn't matter. We'll figure that out. Hopefully I don't have to take the heater box out, although with the rest of this out, it's pretty straightforward. And I've got to take this dash brace out, and also the pedal box has to come out too. And that should divulge our whole. But this is good. This sort of, a lot of wires, isn't there? This sort of divulges all this. And if Ford have done their homework, every plug will be different, so you can't get it wrong, like Jag, for example. And we're golden. I think we're good. lot of wires. Both sides. There is one casualty though. I broke the dash mount at the bottom there. Just down here, but that's easy. Plate, Araldite, good as gold. So I'm going to go and put this away somewhere. Maybe in the boot of the Plymouth. And I want to see what's behind here. I'm sort of keen to see it now. Go. We got daylight. Look at there. Right, this is where we're going to leave today. Have a look at this. That damage is worse than I thought. Goes right under there. But the good news is it shouldn't be too difficult to fix. I've got all that rubbish there. And then you can see it comes right over to here. Doesn't look like it gets to this intake yet. So we probably got it in the nick of time. A lot of that's adhesive and just muck. It is a little bit rusty in the corner there. And that's evident outside. Steering box is pretty oily too. The if you look at this, I'm going to take the whole top off. I've made my mind up. It's going to be easier. I want to have a good look over there. I'm going to epitech the whole thing. Did I mention that? And the seam, you can see under there, that's where it's starting to be affected. So I want to make sure that nothing ever comes back. Seam's beautiful right the way along here. I've seen them rust a lot on that side of the plenum, but not on here. So we're going to fix all that up. So in the next video, or the next ZK video, I'll have all this off. There is one other issue, that is the engine. I'm not ready to take it out, but I kind of have to. If I'm gonna, I can leave it in if the car sits on its 4 wheels and take all that off, because the engine's weight's right over the front axle. Yeah, the front axle is about level with number 3. But if I'm going to lift it up and undo bits on the transmission and this sort of stuff, I don't want to lift that up with all this off. That would be a bad idea. So I might have to take it out. I kind of do have to take it out, but I didn't want to just yet because I'm not ready to. But while I'm welding all this up, it's probably a good idea to weld up where they put all that gas crap and all that sort of stuff anyway. So anyway, look, hope you've enjoyed that. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.